In the icy wilderness of the Arctic, amidst the stark white expanses where few creatures dared to tread, there lies a horror that shatters the idyllic image of nature's splendor. Here, in this land of solitude, a polar bear lumbers across the frozen terrain, its majestic form now grotesquely marred by a horrific wound. A beehive infestation that has taken hold of its furry flank. This is no ordinary ailment. It's a shocking reminder of the darker side of nature's balance, where the predator can also become the prey in a perverse dance for survival. As we explore this chilling reality, let us peer into a world where the natural order has been upended, where bees, tiny despite their fierce sting, have brought a creature as grand as the polar bear to its knees. The bear's white fur is a deceptive cloak, hiding a gruesome secret. Upon closer inspection, one can see the grotesque sight-swollen lesions form a ghastly landscape on its side, where thousands of angry bees have established a hive, transforming the bear from a powerful predator into a living battleground. The bees have infiltrated, seeking refuge and breeding grounds in the warm flesh of the bear. This may sound like a plot twist from a horror movie, but it is a reality that occurs when animal habitats intersect with human environments. How did this happen? With climate change and human encroachment causing a dramatic shift in the Arctic ecosystem, the landscapes where these bears roam have been disrupted. The sweet allure of sugar, whether in the form of spilled human food or discarded refuse, can attract bees to unusual locales, turning an apex predator into an unwitting in the shadowy depths of the African savanna, where the golden grass sways like a languid ocean. A creature of myth and majesty struggles to survive against a formidable foe. Meet the white lion, an ethereal wonder of nature, bedecked in a coat of shimmering ivory that glistens like a ghost in the twilight. But this lion, once the embodiment of regal beauty, is now marred by a horrific barnacle wound, a testament to nature's twisted sense of irony. The sight is shocking, a gaping maw of raw flesh, crusted with the eclectic architecture of barnacles, transforms this noble beast into something grotesque, making the viewer's skin crawl. With each slow, labored step, the lion carries not just the weight of its regal ancestry, but also the burden of a gruesome infestation that evokes a feeling of both repulsion and a deep-seated curiosity. Barnacles, notorious hitchhikers of the marine world, have found an unwelcome home in the flesh of this majestic predator. These crustaceans, with their hard shells and sticky appendages, cling with a tenacity that defies nature's instinct to shed. In their quest for survival, they create a grotesque colony on the flesh of the lion, feeding on its living tissues and draining its life force. As if enacting a dark tale of parasitism, the lion's wound festers beneath the weight of these intrusive mollusks, each barnacle akin to a tiny barnacle-shaped vampire, leaving the lion in a state of constant pain, fighting a battle not only against hunger, but against the insatiable appetite of these relentless invaders. The interaction between the white lion and its barnacle foes reminds us of a broader, more sinister truth: the delicate balance of life is often a grotesque dance of survival. While the lion, a symbol of strength and majesty, suffers at the hands of an unexpected adversary, it serves as a poignant reminder of the darker side of nature. In a world where the lines blur between predator and prey, and where the allure of beauty can mask hidden horrors, we are left to ponder the moral. In the quiet stillness of a sun-drenched pasture, a striking white horse stands, its coat gleaming like freshly fallen snow. But upon closer inspection, a horrific sight emerges. A grotesque barnacle wound festers on its flank, a stark contrast to its pristine appearance. This is not merely a blemish. It is a testament to nature's darker side, a chilling reminder of the relentless struggle for survival. Barnacles, those seemingly innocuous marine creatures, have found an unlikely host in this majestic animal. They latch on with a tenacity that is both fascinating and repulsive, transforming the horse's skin into a battleground of infection and decay. As the barnacles burrow deeper, they create a grotesque landscape of hard, crusty shells, each one a tiny fortress of suffering. The horse, once a symbol of grace and beauty, now bears the scars of an infestation that is as disturbing as it is captivating. Barnacle infestation, scientifically known as cirripedia, occurs when these crustaceans find a suitable surface to cling to. In this case, the horse's skin has unwittingly become a prime real estate opportunity for these opportunistic parasites. In the stark, frozen expanse of the Arctic, a haunting figure emerges from the bleak white landscape, lumbering forward with a grace that contrasts its immense bulk. This is a polar bear, an iconic monarch of its icy kingdom. Yet, as it navigates this desolate realm, a gruesome reality clings to its skin, a horrific barnacle wound that tells a darker tale than the fairy tale visage of Arctic majesty might suggest. It is a poignant reminder that even the most regal creatures can fall victim to the raw, unyielding forces of nature, and in this case, the tenacious grip of barnacles. These sea-dwelling arthropods, often ignored by those who gaze upon more glamorous marine life, have latched onto our bear like grim parasites, transforming this colossal predator into a living tableau of suffering and survival. As the camera closes in on the jagged lesion, one can't help but shudder at the sight. A sea of barnacles erupting from the bear's mottled fur, their white calcareous shells contrasting sharply against the figure's thick, hollowed skin. One might wonder how a creature so powerful has succumbed to such a grotesque infestation. Barnacles are known for their incredible resilience and adaptability. They are nature's master builders, capable of clinging to rocks, ships, and even living creatures, extending specialized appendages that allow them to filter feed, gulping down small organisms lurking in the surrounding water. When a polar bear, driven by the urge to hunt or bask in the summertime sun, plunges into the icy waters, it isn't just battling frigid temperatures, it is wading into the very territory of these small but relentless beings. Once barnacles anchor themselves onto a host, their presence morphs from innocuous to insidious. They grow rapidly, often outstripping the bear's capacity to heal, causing open wounds, inflammation, and exposing the bear to a cavalcade of secondary infections. As these barnacles proliferate, they encase the bear's skin, slowly suffocating its vitality, robbing it of the strength it once wielded with pride. The irony of the situation is palpable. The very habitat that defines the polar bear as a king can become a battleground for its existence. After all, this bear, an adept hunter capable of capturing its quintessential prey, the seal, has been reduced to a flesh and bone host for creatures that thrive in the waters it once dominated. In this cruel twist of fate, the barnacle infestation emerges from a cycle of ecology. In the heart of a desolate landscape, where shadows dance upon crumbling walls, a creature of striking beauty finds itself ensnared in a harrowing plight. A white tiger, its fur a stark contrast against the bleak surroundings, bears witness to nature's brutal truths. Beneath its majestic exterior lies a grotesque affliction, a horrific barnacle wound, a sight so disturbing that it challenges our very perception of beauty and suffering. This regal beast, once a symbol of strength and grace, now stands as a testament to the harsh realities of life in the wild. As we delve into this unsettling scenario, prepare to be shocked, intrigued, and perhaps a touch morbidly amused, for this tale of infestation is as complex as it is disturbing. Barnacles, those seemingly innocuous crustaceans, have a dark side. They cling to surfaces with a tenacity unmatched in the animal kingdom, their leathery shells forming a formidable fortress of chitin. For a majestic creature like our white tiger, the presence of barnacles is not merely a nuisance but a catastrophic invasion. What begins as a small cluster soon evolves into a nightmarish projection of nature's relentless will to survive. These barnacles, driven by an insatiable hunger, bore into the tiger's flesh, using specialized appendages to extract nutrients, causing painful lesions and grotesque disfigurements that mar the once pristine coat. Imagine, if you will, a living canvas, interspersed with grotesque formations that echo the cruelty of nature, an embodiment of survival at its most ruthless. The infestation does not just affect the tiger's physical form, it speaks volumes about the relationship between species and ecosystems. Humans, in their quest for advancement, have encroached upon the habitats of countless creatures, leading to a world where nature's balance is perpetually disrupted. The white tiger stands as both victim and symbol of this imbalance, a poignant reflection of the consequences of our actions. It serves as a reminder that while we strive to preserve our existence, we often neglect the cobweb corners of the natural world that bear the weight of our advancements. But let us not shy away from a touch of humor amid this dark narrative. Imagine, in the chilling expanse of the Arctic, where icebergs drift like ancient sentinels, a solitary figure emerges from the shadows, a polar bear, majestic yet hauntingly marred by its plight. As it lumbers across the frozen wasteland, the viewer is drawn into a realm where beauty and brutality coexist. Upon closer inspection, an unsettling sight becomes apparent. A horrific barnacle wound festers on the bear's side, a grotesque reminder of nature's unyielding grip on survival. This is not merely a tale of a bear in distress. Rather, it is a vivid exploration of the sinister dance between animal and parasite, a chilling odyssey that exposes the raw power of nature in all its grotesque glory. As we delve deeper, the mesmerizing whiteness of the bear's fur stands in stark contrast to the warped, barnacle-covered flesh. The barnacle, a tiny marine creature that clings tenaciously to surfaces, has found an unfortunate host in our weary bear. These crustaceans, often mistaken for mere shells, are living entities equipped with a voracious appetite. They thrive on the unsuspecting victims like leeches on a sunny day. Their sharp claws latch onto the skin of the bear, and as they burrow deeper, they leave behind a trail of raw, pulsating wounds. While the bear trudges through its icy domain in search of sustenance, it is unwittingly carrying a colony of these unsightly flea bags, each swelling akin to a festering sore that erupts with the mingling of blood and seawater. Underneath the frigid waters, barnacle larvae drift, searching for a secure base to build their hard, calcareous homes. Consequently, once they latch onto the vast expanse of a polar bear's smooth skin, they do not discriminate, they multiply ravenously. The result is a grotesque battleground on the bear's side, where the crustaceans vie for space, their white shells contrasting against the deep, angry red of the inflamed skin. It's a marvel of evolution, the barnacle having adapted to exploit the vulnerability